Whoop, here I am again. Of course I heard about the update. So, enough of the intro, let's dive into the update. I honestly can't believe the developers are jumping on the waifu bandwagon. I'm so happy. Thanks, devs. Let's pull ourselves together and take a closer look so we have a clear picture. Of course, it's also about the Sunburst, which has just been remade. So we're killing two birds with one stone. Crazy. The entire hood is completely covered by the waifu. Even the many stickers are appropriately chosen. What's just there? Manga, rotopad, Drade, and we already know that from the et clockwise. Nice. Then we come to the side of the vehicle, with even more stickers. One question comes first. When did the developers become such anime fans? Awesome. The remake with the anime style has already become one of my favorites. What do you think of the style? Even more stickers. Beer Racing and Nomi. And on the seat pillar, it says Grunt. Wonderful. Everything done right. The old taillights weren't that nice. I like the new ones better. These inscriptions on the trunk lid make it even more realistic. Good job, devs. Your attention to detail is amazing. On the left side, we have the same stickers, so everything is symmetrical and nicely designed. The remake of Sunburst is great. So, one last look at the waifu, and then we can try it out on the street. Thanks again to the devs. You rock like crazy and are determined. Since there aren't that many buttons to press, I skip that part. Instead, the doors can open and the warning lights can flash. That's all. But I have to show you the engine. No one should miss it. Otherwise, I'd feel guilty. So be prepared for a motorized marvel from the developers. Drum roll, please.
Nice.
So be prepared for a motorized marvel from the developers. Drum roll, please. So that's the quality of the devs. I'm impressed. Keep it up. That's what I call attention to detail. The strut brace in the right place. And then the air intake. Simply fantastic. Simply breathtaking. Then let's close the hood and test the sound of the awesome Sunburst. Open your ears. It's about to get loud and deafening. Just for you, my darlings. That was just incredibly hot, that deep, dull sound. Divine and satisfying at the same time. Where we are, a new location has also been added with the update. More parking spaces mean more diverse locations for my videos. You can actually drift with this thing, I wouldn't have thought. It's easy to control. What you see here is the new body style of the Sunburst. It's called the wagon. Do another drift or half a drift. Then we can drive around a bit and see what happens. Oh my goodness, BeamNG gods, I can't drive anymore. It's the nervousness of this new toy. Calm down. We have to cover a few kilometers so I can show you another new place. Yes, the devs have been very busy again. Come on, I wanted to show the viewers what I could do. Now I can go hide in embarrassment again. Well, we're now at the new location that the developers have added. As you can see, we managed to get a parking space here. Next to the drag race area, another plus point for all drag race enthusiasts. Then I'll show you the new drag race area. Reworked, I'd say. I think it's really cool the devs to spread even more love to the maps. Once again, I didn't have a good drift, no momentum, and no speed. It was all the asphalt's fault. It was too dry and damaged. Once we got a slightly new design, with pre-stage and stage lettering. We also have these red markers on the floor. It's a small detail, but important. Let's have a little drag race and surprise you at the end of the track. But without any competitors, just for fun. Wow, what a slow start. I expected something different. Yet we've already reached 100 kilometers per hour. Let's keep going, my anime waifu. The nitro injection paid off. We're at the finish line. Let's go. Not a bad result. 12.15 seconds is an average result for me. Now I'm relieved. The anime car made a good impression. As I mentioned earlier, we're going to the end of the track. There's something new to see there too. So stay tuned and look forward to some destruction soon. If you look a little ahead, you'll see a sandy track, not a green landscape. I think that's a great move by the developers. From here, we can immediately jump onto the racetrack, and if we land on the four wheels, then we have a shortcut. The speed also has to be right. With that, we've overcome the first act. Next, we come to an area for true handling pros. Namely, this area, the drifting area of the U.S. West Coast. As for the Sunburst, this is the Pro Drift version. Doesn't it look tempting and sporty? Now I'll show you how to drift properly and become the best at it. This is no joke, it's the pure truth. That doesn't count. I wasn't really ready and the car is broken. Unfortunately, I'm not that good, but we'll continue anyway, so you can get a little taste of the drift track. Someone can try their luck here. There are probably some pro drifters out there, but I feel like some of the drift cars are a bit easier to control. Of course, someone can prove me wrong. Oh, that wasn't planned at all, but I'll take it anyway. So let's keep going, don't stop. It's great to have a drift track like this. I think it's pretty okay, even if I'm not that good. Time to drive this vehicle into the wall and finish the act with a happy smile. Great, one wheel is gone, I did a great job. Then let's try the rally version. I'm excited about it. Please wait a moment, I have to scroll through the vehicle list. Over the years, the developers have added more vehicles. Those who have been around for a while know what's going on. Anyway, here's our beautiful Sunburst. It's at the very bottom of the list, and the excitement is only growing. With the update, we got more extravagant Sunburst versions. But I'm going with the Gravel Rally, it sounds good. First, it has to be charged. Not bad, but at first glance, it's quite impressive and great. Let's test drive it right away and see how it performs. If you look ahead, you'll soon be driving under an underpass. It rhymed. Anyway, that was added with the update. I like the low beam headlights. They look much more modern because they look more like LEDs. The activation of the low beams has also been incorporated into the previous update. The lights don't come on immediately, but rather with a delay. Somehow, the fence has a magical attraction for me, so we have to crash there. Phew, that hurt, but we can still drive on. I have to say, this thing is very stable. I think that's the part of the changes in this area of the map. Now we can make the car undrivable. Did you see this awesome move? That was a 9 out of 10. But that's it, time to damage the thing even more. And then continue in context. Oh yeah, it looks freshly destroyed, I did a great job. Now I'll show you vehicles that are already in the game, but have received additional versions. We're talking about the ETK 800, and we've received 4 more police liveries. I'll show you them up close so everyone can enjoy them. So the first version is an American police livery. So very welcome to BeamNG. Now let's take a closer look at the paintwork. The basic colors are the same as those we already know from other American police cars. Black and white. I zoomed in a bit to see every detail. This time, I'm not doing things by halves. We're done here, then we move over to the other police car and examine it just as thoroughly. Now we've also received an Italian version with the update. That's really awesome of the developers. They really think of everything. Great. Then we come to the interesting part of the police livery. Personally, I think this livery is the best. The skin is from the Belasco City Police Department, and it's simple, just white. Great. The similarity comes from the New York Police. My bold guess could also be true. Then we come to the final paint job on the new ETK 800 police car. Yes, it's not that new, as it's already been used on other vehicles. Still looks good. This time it's from the Carabinieri Police, not bad. So it's time to drive these 4 police cars into the wall. And I mean it. To do this, I need to set the AI to chase. I almost forgot because it was already late. The developers have given the radial menu, as you'll see here, a fresh new look. Yep, you see, that's the new radial menu. It was probably necessary. It looks really fresh. Keep it up. It's become much clearer in my opinion. On the far right is the AI tab, which is what we need now. We're just one click away from being chased by the AI. It will be a brief moment, but exciting nonetheless. Oh no, they're coming after me because I'm only black. I just have taste and they don't. Luckily, I'm faster than them. Very good, there's our destination, the Wall of Reason, the big brother of the Flames of Reason. A hug wouldn't go amiss right now. Nice, that was a clean, beautiful, and powerful ride with the key. That's how it should always go. Just drive into the wall. Dude, I'm having the worst lag. This wall with the tire is destroying my graphics card. I don't even know why this is happening. All the parts have to fall off the vehicles again so that we have an even cooler exit. Still, it lags slightly. My graphics card only has 4 gigabytes of graphics memory. That's probably not enough, or it's just a bug in the game. On to the next update on the US West Coast. The developers also gave us a rally section, which I'm currently driving. Well, it's more of a sandy, muddy underground track. And with this new Sunburst Rally version, we can use these tracks. Oh yeah, now I'm in my element, so I'm not that bad. This rally car is really easy to control. Well, not really. That little jump made me lose contact with the ground. Nevertheless, I managed to keep the car under control. By the way, I think the big spoiler is pretty cool and manly. The developers went all out with it. I really like it, and I love it when cars fly into the air. Of course, that's a must. Besides, it's a fantastically beautiful sight. The damage wasn't that spectacular, so we need to do a drop test. I want to do more damage, and no one's stopping me, so that should be enough height. Now we just need to find a suitable spot and drop it right away. This is a wonderful place to cause damage to the cars. This time it's not a building, but a hill. Nose forward, and we're about to hit a flat sunburst. That fills me with joy. This also shows how stable a roll cage is. The entire front end was welded for this purpose. So in my opinion, it was a success. This also shows how stable a roll cage is. The entire front end was welded for this purpose. So in my opinion, it was a success. This brings us to another map, the Hirochi racetrack. The developers have added a drag race section. So let's try it out now. I'll fly over the map and show you the area, but without commentary. Instead, I'll include music. So, my sweet people, let's do a drag race mission. There have been a few changes that I want to show you. Of course, we have to do it with a sunburst, as these are the main protagonists in this update. This sunburst is the track version, and I have to admit, it looks really sexy. The rims match the body of this beauty. And of course, the oversized spoiler at the rear is fantastic. Let's see how it sounds. Wow, that's really awesome. The little flames coming out of the exhaust pipes just make it even better. But now to the drag race mission, which I had already tried offline. I had to form my own opinion. Otherwise, Krakatoa. Since my laptop takes a while to load the game, we can talk about our feelings. Nobody cares, we are gamers. Come on, not much longer. I can already feel the light from the sun falling. Finally, let's start the challenge. Actually, I should have the experience. So let's talk about the layout of the drag race mission. At the top of the screen, we have 5 medium-sized circles. These circles reflect the status light when the drag race starts. It's simple. At the bottom left, we have the G-force gauge. I think that's what they're called. I could be wrong. I've never really looked into it. And at the bottom center, we have a bar chart of pedal forces. It simply shows how hard we're pressing the pedals. That's it for the layout. Now we're going to do some drag races to show the AI who's the best. Nice, that worked great. I was really confused. I changed the transmission mode to realistic because I thought it was set to that mode. Well, it can happen, but I still did my best. You should always do that, never give up. The developers even modernized the ending layout a bit. You can immediately see where you're at and how long it took. Here's the detailed report as we're used to from a previous version. Simply cleanly designed. This tap rating shows how many stars we received. In this case, I received 0 stars, meaning I didn't fulfill any of the requirements. Since my ego has been hurt by the AI, I'll try again and this time show it to the AI. Not really, but I can't leave it like this. In the name of the sunburst and the update, I have to focus and think of my squeaky duck to get a motivation boost. Now I'm ready, and I'm going to win this drag race. This is my moment to show the BeamNG community what I can do. That was a very good start for me. I can probably win with that. Or maybe not. The power isn't enough to defeat the opponent. What a shame for the Sunburst. But I have to say, the opponent is also a drag race version. Wow, lost again. Anyway, time to teleport to the cliff on the beach. With the update, the developers added crowd barriers. There are versions with different numbers of barriers. So now the question popped into my head. Can the barriers stop the Sunburst? The genius within me has been awakened. Let's try 19 berries. That sounds good to me. Let's see if these things are stable. Unfortunately, we can't conduct the experiment underwater because we don't have a deep-sea submarine car. I think I can spawn them here. Holy crap, no time to lie down. We need you in a solid standing position. Time isn't running with us, it's against us. So you belong down below, and that's where we need you most. Until then, I'll tell you what kind of vehicle this is. It's a Sunburst off-road version. You probably noticed it by the large wheels, unless you didn't notice. It fits perfectly into the surroundings, so I did everything right. Enough chatter, let's start the experiment and see if these 19 crowd berries can stop the Sunburst. It just zipped through the berries like butter, or rather, without any resistance. Awesome car. Of course, that wasn't all. The devs were so diligent and ambitious that they implemented rally items. Hang on a minute, I'll show you. That's what these things were like again. I think I need to scroll down a bit more. There they are, the rally signs. Now we can build and design our own rally tracks. I think that's a great idea from the devs. We have different symbols that have different meanings. So what do you think of the update so far? Next, I'll show you some more things that came with the update. One thing I can tell you is that it has something to do with rally again. To do this, I have to scroll down a bit. The more items there are, the more content there is. Then there are the soft track barriers, which are a must. We have 13 versions available with different shapes and colors. I've got another idea. Can this road closure tape stop the Sunburst? I'll see if that works. Let's try it out with a piece. And then we'll see if it actually does what it's supposed to do. With a running start, we don't do things by halves here. This isn't a pony farm and certainly not a walk in the park. Get ready, my sweeties and cool fanboys of Sunburst. That was very uninteresting, and at the same time we realized that one is not enough to stop a Sunburst. I'm going to increase the number now, and then see if these tapes will stop it somehow or not. I've increased the number to 16. Let's see if that's enough to stop this vehicle. So we go into position and experience an experiment of the year 2025. That's a cool little title. Let's try it without any cutting. Crazy goes through like a knife, uncut. Not even a hint of resistance or anything else. I wonder if they don't even exist, and I'm just filtering it out for my imagination. We'll increase the number again and see if it makes a difference. So now we have a total of 32 road closed tapes that must be causing some kind of damage or slowing down the vehicle. It's going into the second round, and I'm very excited to see if the Sunburst will win this round too. Wait a minute, are they floating in the air? Or am I blind? No, they're floating in the air. Give me a minute, I'll fix it right away. That's better, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I don't want to fake the result. But no, they're still floating slightly above the ground. Why is that so difficult, my friends of the night? It has to work now, otherwise these strange tapes will fly into the sea. I'll see you again soon when I'm done with these things. I have no idea why some tapes automatically tear. Anyway, we'll try it this way for now, because I don't want to spend too much time chasing after the secrets. Why do they have to make so much noise when they just obey? I'm talking about living beings. Very cringeworthy of me. Go, go, go. We still have a lot to do. The other renovations are waiting for us. As with the others, we drive through without any problems or anything else. So we have a solid result in front of us. Now there is a new feature that is in development, but I still want to show it to you. There are new rally challenges with the update, but they are not the typical ones you know from BeamNG. I've chosen one now and we'll try it out with you. It's really cool and it'll make your socks fly off your feet. Are you ready? Absolutely you are, otherwise you wouldn't be here.
The first note is flat left. Good luck. 3, 2, 1, go. Flat left. And 4 left short. 100. 3 right. 30. 4 right. 100.
Isn't that cool? We have a speaker like in the real rally sessions. I was 100% positive and surprised by that.
100.
The developers were simply amazing. I hope future updates will be even cooler and more diverse. Don't get me wrong, this update is already remarkable.
6 right long. 40,
Keep up the good work,
4
you cool
right,
developers.
Narrows,
now, I don't want to
3
ruin the
left,
tour
tightens,
for you.
40.
I won't say anything more. Enjoy it until the end.
6 left short. And flat right, into flat left, narrows, into 5 left short, into hairpin right, opens, don't cut, 40, 6 right, 80, caution, 5 right, tightens, and hairpin left extra long, opens, over crest, 50, 6 right short, over crest, 70, 4 left short, 40, flat left long, opens, 40, 3 right extra long, tightens, into 4 left short, into 4 right short, 30, 2 left, and caution, 2 right tightens, over finish, and 5 left, 40, job. Stop at stop control. 3 right.
I have to say, even though it's still in development, it's already awesome and fantastic. My time was 1 minute, 56 seconds, and 277 milliseconds. Not bad for a start, considering it's my first time riding the course. I still didn't get a single star, which is really bad. There are probably some real professional rally drivers among you who managed to get 3 stars. Now, some general information about the rally options. There are 8 of them in total, and that's quite a lot. So guys, give it a try and try to beat my time. That shouldn't be a problem for you. Then I'll show you 3 versions of certain vehicles that were released with the update. These are our 3 candidates, with additional versions added. On the far left is the SP Dune Kicker Blaster, and in the middle is the Ibishu Miramar with a rally configuration, Safari Rally. On the far right is the Hirochi SBR4 with the Folk Edition, the rally version, so to speak. You look absolutely stunning. I love those circular headlights the most. I love the design of the front end and the 4 headlights on this one. Great work, devs. On to the next candidate, the slightly larger brother of the two. This thing has some interesting features like the transparent grille. Then there are the blackened headlights, which look very nasty. Unfortunately, it's not roadworthy. That's what the TV would say. The rear is like some rally cars in this class. In game, of course. Still, it's not bad. So let's take a closer look at the Ibishu. We still have time and brain power for that. Oh, this car is sponsored by Tasty Cola, hence the red paint. Oh, what a cool spoiler lip. Wonderful. The developers enchant the vehicles with beautiful stickers. I kind of want to see the interior. I don't know why. This attention to detail is sensational. Simply beautifully done. Just one more car. We'll start with the rear. Don't worry, this car has an extending spoiler, so calm down. The paint job isn't bad, but it's not great either. What do I see? An air scoop. That's crazy. But what I like most are these headlights, as I said at the beginning. Now the cars are being thrown into the Italian Sea to complete the whole thing. Practice is always more fun than theory, except this time the theory doesn't have anything to do with practice. Nice, no one will be spared here, and I'm not saying that to scare you. This is the pure truth and pure fun. Now it's your turn, and this time I'll do it more professionally. No mercy, just fly away. But no, the second attempt is again. What a good shot, almost a home run. Practice makes perfect. Only you remain, and I will teach you how to fly. But flying will be a non-returnable experience. But you'll still get a free wash. That's it for me. I hope you have a nice weekend and see you in the next video. Crash away.